Hi everyone. So this is video 2 of the original Elasticsearch installation. Um, so the video was ended at step configuration. I can just show you the configuration that I have. The changes I made were in localhost and the root folder. Okay. So the next step would be the copy over the Nginx default server block with the following command. I think I might have done it already, but I'm gonna do it again because the previous one was not included as part of the video. So this has been done. The next step would be to install httpd to configure the username and password for Kibana. So saying yes, and I'm gonna use the Cloudera user to generate the username and password for accessing Kibana. Now I'm gonna restart Nginx. So basically now you should be able to access Kibana, but it will not have anything, but you can still check your installation at this point. So let me open a browser and use localhost port 80 to check the installation, and you can see Kibana, but there is nothing in it. So the next step is to install Logstash. I'm gonna use this. Use yum command. Looks like something didn't happen right. I didn't copy it right. So we're creating this file logstash.repo, and we're gonna copy paste this thing. I'm gonna insert and paste. And save this file. The next step is to install Logstash. So I did pause the video while Logstash was installing, but we can see that the installation has been completed. So now we'll have to configure the Logstash. For that, we need to know the IP address of the server. In my case, I can find the IP address by using this command, and this is 127.0.0.1. So let's do the SSL configuration using this command. Over here we have to find the string subject alt name and update the IP address. It will be in section v3_ca. So go to the edit mode and find the section. gonna copy this line and we're gonna add it over here. So let's save this file and let's go to this directory and generate the SSL certificate. Now we're going to configure the Logstash. For that, let's create a configuration file for Lumberjack. Go to the insert mode and we're going to copy this input criteria. We're going to save and exit this file. And we're going to create a new configuration file. So we'll have to create 4 configuration files here. One for the input, one for the filter, and so forth. In this file, we're gonna enter the filter criteria. I'm gonna save this, and we're gonna create another file, and this file will have the output criteria. Now let's restart the Logstash service. It has been started. Now we have to set up the Logstash forwarder. We're gonna copy the SSL certificate that we generated, and we're gonna use the username and the IP address. So let's say yes. Gonna give the password, and now let's install the Logstash forwarder package. Copy this command. It's installed. So let's do the installation by running this command. Now let's install the Logstash forwarder init script. Gonna copy this and we basically change more the permission of Logstash forwarder. Now we're going to modify the Logstash forwarder file. So that we can see a spool size of 100. So we're going to copy this. And basically I will just replace it with this. And save this. Now I'm gonna copy the SSL certificate and configure log/forwarder and add this. Please note the IP address that I've used here. This is 127.0.0.1. Now we're gonna start the log/forwarder service. Just did a check config on that, and that's not an error. Now let's go back to our Kibana and see what it says. Let's refresh this page, and if we click on log/dashboard, it will basically show us all the logs. If something is wrong here, then we have to configure. I'll pause the video and get back what is wrong. So there seems to be some problem with the configuration, but I verified that all the steps have been executed. So there must be some problem with the port on this machine, because it was working on the first time when I did it, and I verified that all the snapshots are correct. So I'm gonna end this video right here and probably look into this afterwards. Thank you.